video, we're going to be going over what a ratio is. So what is a ratio? So a ratio is an expression that compares quantities, and we're going to take an example of a farmhouse. So continuing on what is a ratio, we're just going to say that the farmhouse has 10 cows and 5 pigs. So what is the ratio of cows to pigs in this farm? So we can see that there is 10 cows and 5 pigs. So the ratio can be written as, the first way is 10 to 5, which is written with the double dots like that. So 10 to 5. The second can be written as 10 over 5, which is the fraction form, which is the same thing as that. And finally, the third way is written 10 to 5. So these are all three different ways that you can write a ratio. What is the reduced form of a ratio? In order to get it, all you have to do is just to simplify. And let's just look at what simplifying is. So if we have 10 to 5, we can simplify that at... So if we have 10 to 5, we can simplify that as 2 to 1. All we have to do is just divide both sides by 5, and then we get 2 to 1. So same thing with 10 over 5. We just divide those both by 5, and we still get 2 over 1. And then same thing for 10 to 5. You just divide both of those by 5, and you still get 2 to 1. So that's basically what a reduced form of ratio is, just simplifying. So now what is the ratio of pigs to cows? So the farmhouse has 10 cows and 5 pigs. So the ratio can be written as either 5 to 10, 5 over 10, or 5 to 10. So that's the ratio of pigs to cows. So furthermore, on reduced form of ratio, same as before, all we have to do is just switch the numbers, which is still simplifying. So we have 5 to 10. When we simplify that, we get 1 to 2. We're just switching the numbers here. So 5 over 10, we get 1 over 2, and 5 to 10, we get 1 to 2. So that's the same thing about ratio simplifying. So now we're going to go over farmhouse has added 15 dogs. So the farmhouse has 15 dogs, 10 cows, and 5 pigs. So what is the ratio of dogs to cows to pigs? So the ratio can be written as dogs to cows to pigs. So which is 15 dogs, 10 cows, and 5 pigs, which can be simplified to as 3 2 to 1. So this is the ratio of farmhouse from dogs to cows to pigs. So that basically covers everything that we have for the beginning part here. So now we're going to be going over some questions. So here's the first question. So classroom ratio problem. There are 40 students in the class. If the ratio of boys to girls is 2 to 3, how many girls are in the classroom? So first of all, we can write our ratio as boy over girls, as we saw before. We can write it as this. And then, so boys to girls is equal to 2 over 3, as is shown here. So the ratio of boys to girls is 2 over 3, so that's why we're just writing it like this. So next, basically what this is saying is that every 5 students group, there is 2 boys plus 3 girls. So basically in every single 5, because if you just add both of these, 3 plus 2, for every 5 student group, there is 2 boys and 2 girls. So what can we do with this information? We can just divide the total number of students by the groups. So we know that the total number of students is 40, and we know we have 5 different groups, so we're going to get 8 as our answer. So what can we do with this? All we have to do is we just have to multiply 8 by the number of boys times the number of girls, and then we can understand how many boys or girls there are. So for the girls, all we have to do is do 8 times 3, which gives us 24 girls in the classroom. And if we want to figure out boys, all we have to do is 2 times 8, which gives us 16. So there are 16 boys and 24 girls. So to answer this question, there are 24 girls in the classroom. So that's our first question here. For our second problem, we have a farmhouse ratio problem. So here's the question. There are 51 animals in the farmhouse. If the ratio of sheep to chickens to goats is 2 to 5 to 10, how many chickens are in the farmhouse? So first, we're just going to write it in our ratio format. So 2 to 5 to 10 to sheep, chicken, and goats. And we can write that. So basically what this is saying is that for every 17 animal group, there are 2 sheep, 5 chickens, and 10 goats. And we get this number by just adding all those together. And what can we do with this information? We know that there are 51 total animals in the farmhouse. and then for every 17 animal groups there are this much a number of animals. So all we have to do is do 51 divided by 17, which gives us 3. So what can we do with this? So all we have to do to find out the total amount of chickens is just do 5 times 3, which gives us 15 chickens. And we can do the similar thing for goats. So if we just do 10 times 3, then we get 30 goats. For the sheep, if we do 3 times 2, we get 6. So we're gonna have 6 sheep. So how many chickens are in the farmhouse? We have 15. So this is our second problem. And finally, we have one more thing, which is the reduced order problem. So what we're gonna have to do is we just have to convert so we have to order the ratios from least reduced to most reduced. So they're gonna go into these boxes here. So which one is the most reduced? Least reduced to the most reduced. So all of these have the same values. If you see, they're all the same value. So all we have to do is look at the one that is the least simplified and to the one that's most simplified. So since we know all of these are the same value, we know that the smallest one will obviously be 3 to 4. Since it's the most reduced, we're going to put that at number 4. So we already know that 3 to 4 will be here. And if we look at all of these numbers, which one is the biggest? We can see that 15 by 20 is the biggest. So that means it is the least reduced. So that will come up here in number 1. And then which is the second most, we can see that it's 9 by 12. So 9 by 12 will go into 2. And then 6 to 8 will go into 3. And finally 3 to 4 will be in 4. So that's how you solve this problem. And let's just look at our answers. So 15 to 20 is the first one, as it's the least reduced. The second one is 9 by 12. The third one is 6 to 8. And the fourth one is 3 to 4. So that's how to do this reduced order problem. And now we're going to be doing the fill in the blanks. So there are 8 red berries, 12 grapes, and 20 blueberries in a dessert plate. Complete the following ratio problems. So this is the information blanks that we're given to fill out. And here's the question. So grapes to something is 3 to 5, but the ratio of blueberries to grapes is blank. So first of all, the grape to blueberries is 3 to 5, but the ratio of blueberries to grapes is 5 to 3, and we can get this by just reading the question. And so we already filled out blueberries and 5 to 3. So now let's move on to this one. So the ratio of blueberries to blank is 5 to 2, while the ratio of blank to the total pieces of fruit is 3 to 10. So the ratio of blueberries to red berries is equal to 5 to 2, while the ratio of grapes to the total pieces of fruit is 3 to 10. So that covers those ones too. And finally, we have the ratio of blueberries to the remaining pieces of fruit is, and the final one that we have left is 1 by 1. So that covers up the filling the blank question here too. And that's basically it for this video. So thank you so much for watching from Try to Be Useful, and we'll see you guys in the next video.